Ma'am, thanks for being here today. It's a long day, I know. I come from Armstrong County. By way of introduction, my name is Jeff Pyle. We are quite benefited by the local impact fees. Our 82 wells last year returned $1.3 million, which is a little bit less than Montgomery County got for their wells. Yeah, I know what I'm saying. So you're saying the governor, when you work out the local impact fees put forth by Governor Corbett, it works out to about a 2.3 to 2.5% tax, so to speak. When you say 7, it works out with the impact. It's around 2.325. We know that. When you say 7, are you saying you want to add an additional 7, or you want to take that 2.3 the whole way up to the 7 line, adding 4.7% additional levy to gases harvested? I'm curious here. This thing's got a lot of holes in it, and I'm trying to fill them in.
I'm not following what you're saying with the 7. The impact fee raises to about $225 million. I believe that the estimated effective rate of that is 1.8%. Our proposal is to tax at 5% of the price plus 4.7 cents per million cubic feet, 1,000 cubic feet.
Yeah, per 1,000.
And the estimated effective rate of that is 5.8%.
Okay. Let me switch gears with you here on the sales tax expansion. And broadening the base is a great idea. It's been saying that for years. You're estimating that the total new revenues generated approximates between $4.6 and $4.8 billion. Is that about right?
That's not just from the sales tax.
I know.
That's from all the parts of the proposal.
Total big new picture. 4.7.
That's before you remove the property tax refund money, yes.
Well, you're kind of making my point, ma'am. The total spend on education last year was roughly 10.5. And at 4.7, you can't really tell people you're giving them 50% break. Even if you put the whole nut into that one basket, and we're going to drive it out for property tax relief, 4.7 is not half of 10.5. The math isn't there, and we have established the whole 4.7 does not go into that pot. It's going a lot of different directions.
I don't think the 10.5 represents school property tax collections either.
Well, the total spend last year was federal and state about $24 billion and change. The state put up 10.5. At 4.7, we can't tell people we're reducing 50%. The math isn't there.
But not all of that, not all of the money that's spent for education comes from the local property tax. There are some other taxes that are paid at the local level, like, for instance, wage taxes. The 50% is the reduction in school property tax bills.
And I would add to that we're looking really only at the residential portion of the property tax, which I understand is something above $8 billion.
Okay. I appreciate that. I'm learning as I go. I've only done this for 6 years, so there's a lot, big curve. One more question for you. In this expansion of services that are now eligible for being taxed under sales and use tax, hospital visits are excluded.
Right.
But the therapy they send you to is not. What about doctor-prescribed visiting home nurses that have to go in and do respiratory treatments, IV applications, that kind of stuff? My dad's going through that right now. He's retired. I want to know him what to expect.
Yeah, the language includes home health care services, ambulatory health care services, nursing care. Those are the kind of things you're talking about, right?
Correct.
So when those things are paid for by the individual rather than by government insurance or something like that, they would be in the tax base.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, that concludes, and thank you very much.